Do Wilson still make the best value golf clubs on the market? Today, we're gonna find out. So today I've got the full Wilson Dynapower range for 2025, and I'm here at Stockport Golf Club. We're gonna play 6 holes to try and answer 2 questions. And that is, do Wilson still make the best value for money golf clubs out there? And also, is there a downside to having a full bag driver to putter of just one golf brand? Okay, so we've got a short par 4 to start. Just gonna try and get a driver somewhere down this left-hand side. That was a really good shot. It's very, very loud, but it was a good shot. So today in the bag, we have got the Dynapower Max driver, and then we've got the standard fairway wood, hybrid and irons. Hopefully nice and forgiving, and is gonna help me get through these 6 holes. Honestly, good job that I hit that pitching wedge so close, because I'm now putting with a Wilson blade, and to be honest, it looks a little bit ridiculous. So we'll see if we can make the birdie. Like we said, it's a full Wilson bag. Yeah. I'm not sure about the putter. It might take me a few holes to warm to that one, I think. Okay, so we've got another par 4, similar length to the last hole. There is a bunker up here that's about 200 yards to carry it, so we're looking for a good shot going straight over that ideally. Whoop. Little bit aggressive there. We might be in the trees, but we'll go find out. We found ourselves in the trees. We have, I think it's about 110 yards. But the flag is just kind of tucked away. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to go for it, but we're going to test out how good these clubs are at helping me escape from the trees. I'm going for a little punchy one going through this gap here. A little bit left, but it got a kick in, so that actually could be pretty good there. Just coming off a little bit hot from the face of that iron, so we'll see if we can redeem ourselves with a good chip shot. Roll! Yeah! All right. We will take that from being in the trees. So 2 pars in the first 2 holes. Now this hole is a little bit shorter. It's 326 yards. I'm actually going to hit a hybrid off the tee just because I want to be able to try out sort of a longer iron shot and the hybrid shot. So we'll see how we get on with that here. Okay, really not a good strike there, but I've completely got away with it. I think that's something that you're going to find throughout the range, is it is very forgiving. Obviously with that last driver, kind of squirted off to the right a little bit. That was a little bit of like a low right shot, but no trouble, and that's the main thing. So we are left with 139 yards here. Now, normally I would be reaching for an 8 iron in my own set for that kind of distance. However, there is a big difference, as you can imagine, in the lofts with these. So I normally play with P770s. If you took 7 iron in that set, there's 5 degrees difference than the 7 iron in this set. So these are just much, much stronger, and because of that, I'm gonna go down 1 club here. I'm gonna hit a 9 iron. We'll see if we can get that to be enough club here. I actually hit that really well, but it has still come up short, so potentially not as much of a gap in the distance as you think. They do come off the face very fast. However, they're nice and forgiving. Obviously, with there being a bit more game improvement iron, they are just thicker at address. It isn't really what I would choose to go for. I think if you're somebody who would want a little bit more confidence as you're stood over the ball, that is great, but definitely not the sleekest looking clubs out there. Ooh. So nice little par 3 here. Pin is all the way at the back, so it's playing almost up at 150. I'm going to go in with a 7 iron, and hopefully we can get one close and claw a shot back after that last hole. It was a good shot. It took a humongous bounce, and I think that's through the green. If that could have like checked up a little bit when it landed, it would be really good, but just a little bit too long there. Short par 4 up next. There are some bunkers up there, so I'm going in tactical with the 3-wood. Now, the 3-wood that I'm using is actually the carbon model. Like I said earlier, I tested out the carbon model of the driver, put it against my GT3, and I was really, really impressed with how it performed. Basically the same as my current driver. However, I really struggled to hit the GT3 wood, so I wanted to test out the 3-wood in the carbon model to see how we get on. That has gone, first of all, a lot further than I expected, which is good. But in general, I really struggled to hit 3-woods. That went surprisingly better than I was expecting. I have to admit, I'm quite liking the wedges. Now, the wedge that I'm using is not from the Dynapower range. This is just Wilson's normal specialized wedge. I always find one of the things with game improvement irons is that the wedges can be very, very hard to control. So I do think it's definitely important putting a more specialized wedge in there. And honestly, this one from Wilson so far has performed very, very well. Okay, 18th hole here. This one is a little bit of a quirky hole and I'm never sure exactly how to play it, but I think what we're gonna try do is hit one to the end of the fairway here. We've got 180 yards until it runs out into a little dip, so we're going to go in with a 5-iron. I normally am not the biggest fan of long irons, so this will be a good test to see how this gets on. Little bit further left than I meant to do. I tend to find that with the game improvement irons when they're a bit chunkier at the back, I find it really easy to kind of just turn it over a bit much, but not in any trouble, just up on the left-hand side here. Okay, left myself with 132 yards here. I honestly can't believe that I missed that last birdie putt, so we've got one more try to get in close. I'm gonna go in with a 9-iron and hopefully we can do a little bit better than the last. I think that's just a little bit long and left, but we'll head up there and see where we are. So we're actually fine for distance in the end, just a little bit to this left side, but we'll see if we can roll this one in for a birdie. No. Okay. Not sure we're going to be holding on to that putter anytime soon, but that's all right. That is okay. So 6 holes done, not my best score. However, I'm going to put most of that down to the putter. I think if I had a normal putter or a mallet style putter, I would have been a few shots better there, but that's okay. In terms of the performance of the overall set, the woods, the irons, the driver, I was really, really impressed. Specifically looking at the driver, obviously, we all want to know how far we're going to be able to hit it, how forgiving it is. For me, the numbers that we got with the driver were really impressive. We tested these clubs out over at Hooked, got the TrackMan data, and even though I was seeing a little bit of a drop-off in the ball speed, I was still seeing a total distance pretty much the same as what I would expect from my current driver. The carry was a little bit lower, but overall the numbers there were really good. And when you factor in that this driver could be up to £200 cheaper than some of the leading models, coming in at the same total and just slightly lacking in the carry and the ball speed is pretty impressive. Now coming onto the irons, to get a set from pitching wedge to 5-iron, you're looking at £750, which is significantly cheaper than we have seen from some other iron sets out there. And honestly, they were really easy to hit, very forgiving. The only thing that I've noticed with them is they can be a little bit inconsistent in terms of the distance, but that tends to just be what you find with game improvement irons in general, that every so often you might get a hot one, you might get one that gets a pretty big bounce because they don't have quite so much stopping power. But in terms of forgiveness and ease to hit, for £750 for a full set, I was really, really impressed. So answering some of those questions that we said at the start of the video, is Wilson still the best value on the market? Now I think looking at these clubs, it's similar to some of the clubs that we see from the likes of Cobra, that when you test them out and you take those prices into account, there's very little that you can fault them on for how budget friendly these clubs are. In terms of if you were looking to get a full bag of just one brand, I think it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to have all the same clubs, but really, unless your goal is just to be as budget friendly as possible, you're probably better off getting fitted for each different part of the bag and finding what brand suits you there the most. Let me know down in the comments what you currently have in the bag, if you're using all one brand or you have a mixture. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and as always, subscribe for more.